Remember in the video I say, look at my Temple of Id food playlist, which this was on. This is the same channel that Top Martial Arts Challenge was made. This is about a month and 9 days, after the Top Martial Artist Challenge. With that being said, remember they slow it down after they publish it, so you just see me clicking on that. All right. See, I didn't speed it up. If I put 2 times, it'll be way faster. So let's get a look at this show. Let's go. Show my fans. Whenever someone makes a claim their challenge is unfair or something of this nature, we have to look at what motivates them. But before we get into that, I would like to once again verify that the modern Shaka is a movie. In the movie, I tell exactly how I feel and not what is going to happen. Obviously not going to blow things up or do any terrorist act or anything illegal. It's not what I'm saying. It's obviously not a threat. But one should listen to the points and decide for themselves what course of action makes sense. And hopefully they are insightful enough to come to the conclusions that I have. Anyway, what motivates these people when they say my challenge is not fair? Well, first of all, for them to harass me daily about it makes it quite clear that they're concerned about it. I mean, that's a given, right? They all have networks. There are a whole lot of them in the military, law enforcement, intelligence community, the martial arts community. All of these people have harassed me about it. Political groups. So you can safely rule out the idea that they're saying it's not fair because nobody's heard of it or something. Forget the 500,000 people who are aware of it, plus on different websites. Forget that for now. Just think about the potential they have to get my challenge out. So you can rule that out as their main complaint, or even a valid side complaint. It then goes to the challenge itself. Well, it's the most common challenge. It's the only honorable challenge. For example, you can't get Shaolin monks, who are some of the most competitive, to agree to fight you to the death, or even fight in the UFC. Because it's against their religion and their moral code. So even to compete, you have to do it that way. Now, the next argument that can be made is that, well, nobody takes you seriously. Somebody who moves as fast and is obviously as athletic as I am, somebody whose body is defined as I am, 100-0, won every tournament he's ever been in, somebody as tall as I am. It's like Bill Gates saying, I'm not going to fight Tyson because I know I can beat him. I don't take him seriously. It's like, you're a little punk. What the fuck are you talking about? See how ridiculous that is? See how obviously that couldn't possibly be the case. Whenever you see someone who has displayed the proficiency that I have, who the challengers haven't even managed to score a single point on. One of them, as tall as I am, the other one obviously skilled. That becomes something that makes no sense at all. That argument makes no sense. There's no logical argument they can make. Now, what really motivates them? It is not wanting to look bad. The same reason they're gang stalking me in the first place with 13 witnesses, mind you. It has to do with making the LGBT community look bad, the military, the police, the Satanists, the pagans, the atheists, the agnostics, the liberals, certain races who have been exposed for their part in this. Obviously, what motivates them, it doesn't take someone with 175 IQ to tell you this. It doesn't take a software engineer. It doesn't take the top martial artist. It doesn't take someone who scored the top 1 percentile on the SSAT. To make it clear to you that they are motivated by a desire to look good, not by some higher sense of honor or fair play. That is laughable. That is fucking laughable. Excuse me, but not a single one of us buys that. Couple that with your inability to articulate your argument in the comments. I even made a video dedicated to you explaining in the comments for all to see why you think my challenge is not fair. Not only is it an honorable challenge that allows any martial artist to compete, but many martial artists, more often than not, have trained to compete in just that fashion. You think I'm the only one who owns sparring gear? It's hard to find a shopping center in San Jose, for instance, that doesn't have a taekwondo or a karate school in it. And they all have sparring gear. It's funny how anything that exposes your insufficiencies isn't fair. But to deny the top martial artist his rightful place is fair. To try to drug a sane man is fair. To team up to try to drive him crazy and violate his civil rights and human rights, to stalk, harass, vandalize, molest, and pester is fair. People doing something that is dead wrong every single day, every chance they get, trying to tell me what is fair. There's no reason to elaborate anymore. I rest my fucking case.